Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I signed up for 3 different online art courses last year, 2021. It was to celebrate my 60th birthday. I treated myself to all 3. Needless to say, I didn't keep up with every lesson or all of them, but they are still all available to me. So I did Let's Face It 2021, Paint Your Heart and Soul 2021, and Wanderlust 2021. I have lots to catch up on and I'm really looking forward to it. It's amazing to have all these different lessons, usually in the video format, from so many talented artists in so many different styles and techniques. There's such a lot to learn from them. Some might hit to better than others. Some didn't appeal to me so much, but it's like a giant art buffet. I've just sort of picked the things that took my fancy the most, because I just didn't have time to keep up with all of them. So I'm trying to motivate myself to get back into catching up with some now, because we're into February 2022. So I thought to just get myself fired up again, making a bit of space here, I would just have a look at some of my old stuff, which is going to be a little bit... Some of it I wasn't all that happy with at the time, but even the things I was really happy at the time, I might look at now and think, ooh, a bit cringy. But anyway, so I thought, I'll share it. If you're going to embarrass yourself, you may as well do it in public, right? So there's quite a lot to go through. This is a pretty mammoth. I've pulled out quite a few different art journals and things to show you. Let's have a look. So one of the things I really enjoy doing is getting these old vintage kids books and just turning them into, filling them with mixed media paper, usually a watercolour paper, and filling them with my own pages to work in. I just think it's a lovely way to use these books, and of course the insides get used for certain things as well. This one I did with my bind it all machine, and this one I tried Coptic binding. It was alright, it worked. One of the great things about both of these methods is that when you open the book they fall open completely flat. I just love these old covers, I just love them. Right, so I've got that. I've got this one, which was Lifebook 2016. I think this was the first online art course I did, and we created our own covers for this. I did think I had another one somewhere, but I can't find. Anyway, I can't find them all, but I've got more than enough to show you for now, I think. So I'm going to look at this one first, because it's the first one I think I did. So my Arty Farty Lifebook 2016, and I've just covered it with some decorative papers I had left over from scrapbooking days and a coat of Mod Podge to make it a bit more durable. Let's have a flick through. I do feel a little bit like, Right, same on the inside. So I think this was a little warm-up. So the lady that kind of hosts Lifebook and does a lot of the lessons, pulls everything together and just kind of inspires us all is Tamara Laporte. And I think this was a warm-up class with Tam, because it looks like one of her quirky birds. I'm not going to try and explain every single one, because I would literally be sat here for hours, so I'm just going to sort of flick a bit. I was having a go at some lettering. This was one of my favourite sayings at the time, and used to be on my blog. The object of art is to give life a shape. Chunky Versals with Martha Lever? Can't read my own writing. That's an Angela Kennedy inspired one, I can tell. Robin Marie Smith. So quite often I end up going way away from the starting point. But I still learn something every single time from all the different teachers. Will Cast Shadows, Gillian Lee Smith. Textured gesso, layering of fluid acrylics and pencil. See, at this point I was making a note of how I was getting all these effects, but oh look, see that little corner screen is in the way now, but I don't know how to get rid of it temporarily. Oh yes, put it up here. I'm going to put it up here. Oh, that's worked. Me doing techie stuff all by myself. Okay, that's better. This was actually the trees outside the house we lived in at the time. I loved these trees, and it, to me, this was three sisters with their arms around each other, dancing. That was like a sort of children's illustration style. I was really happy with that one at the time. Can't remember what the techniques were. So I haven't got time to get bogged down talking about the techniques and things. I think I need to pull this up a little bit, actually. Maybe that's better. I did that one in a hotel room, I remember. Tam does a lot of where you start with a photo and then you collage and paint over the top. I think this was one of those. So is that. Okay. All different kinds of lettering. Quite enjoyed doing that one. I'm surprised I haven't done more of those, actually. Oh, that one I managed to put in the book upside down. This is all layered. This is painted on deli paper and then layered on, and you can't even really feel where it's stuck on. It just merges into the paper. This one I did after a couple of gin and tonics. Got up in the morning, forgot I'd done it, and literally couldn't remember how I did it. It was like someone else popped in and did that for me. Oh, maybe that's the secret. There was all sorts of symbology in that one, but I can't remember. Oh, that was an attempt at a self-portrait. I had short hair then. I can kind of see bits of it. That's me, but that's really, this one was interesting because you cut up a picture a photo reference into, I had Charlie Chaplin and his dog, into lots of pieces, and then you divided up your paper into lots of pieces, and each little section that you pulled out, you used a different medium. So you can see all these different mediums. There's biro in there. Yeah, pencil. Yeah, that was an interesting technique. I might try that again. This is good. Revisiting these things is quite good because it does think. Oh, it does make you think. Oh, I haven't done that for a while. Oh, there's a little message to myself here. I can't remember what it was. Find peace. Learn, be in the moment, be kind to yourself. Yeah, that was because when I was starting, I was so sort of self-critical when I was starting. Well, that's quite cute, and I look at it again now. That's quite cute, isn't it? Oh, yeah, the wreath. Yes. Oh, this one was fun. You should take an old master and what did we do? Sketch from an old master. Inktense. I used Inktense. It's probably Inktense blocks, I think. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Oh, that was quick flowers. Oh, I've missed a page. Oh, it's another self-portrait. Quite like that one. This one's got, I can't turn this around, I haven't really got room. This is me. This is my son Tom. John. He's sweeping up the leaves. This is my other son. I put Lost Boy there because at the time I didn't even know where he was. We hadn't fallen out. He just doesn't keep in touch very well. So yeah, that was my little Lost Boy. There's my lost Archie, my little cat. I've written Happy Place on there, and this represents all of my friends. Yeah. That's a bit. Yeah, not sure what I think about that one. Reminds me of a Russian doll a little bit. Oh, this is my box of wisdom. I typed all these things out. You're stronger than you think. Never jump to conclusions. It's okay to say no. It's supposed to be about things that you've learnt in your life. Learn from the past, but let it go and move on. Yeah. Oh, this one was fun. Lots and lots of parts to this. Yeah. It's just too big to get it all in the thing. Yeah, lots of cathartic journaling going on there as well. Yeah. Life book is very much about kind of art, healing through art, healing through creativity. I think I had a problem with getting the other half of the face the same, so I just lost the other half of the face. I seem to recall. Well, these were chunky versals again, I think. That looks like another Angela Kennedy, I reckon. It's got that feel about it. No, it wasn't. Martha Lever again. Yeah. I like the way those bubbles. It's like I've painted and I don't know, I can't remember. More quickie flowers. Yeah, these were like 5-minute flowers. You just blobbed the paint on and then found the flowers afterwards, I think. It's a bit of a strange. I wonder what this little odd creature here is. I can't get it in. More words. Oh, another strange self-portrait. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, so some of this is a bit cringy. I think it might have been another warm-up one. So that was my life at 2016. In my defence, that was the first online art class I ever did. So these are some things that are online art classes and other just sort of experiments by myself. So what I love about using these old books is that you get, like, the little boy whose book this was has written his name in there. And this was one of the illustrations which I've, that was in the book. I can pull this down again a bit now. Which I've kind of enhanced with paints and things. I quite enjoyed doing that. Paint. A bit of a... trying to do the most realistic paintbrush that I could do. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, how that came out, now looking at it. Yeah. I can't remember what the whole point of this was though. Draw Happy Harry. This was in the book. I left in the book because I just loved Happy Harry. Oh, and and the trick camera you come out. I used to love these kind of things when I was a kid. Go Flamingo Go. Oh, this is summer school, and I've forgotten the name. It was a Dutch lady that did it, and I've forgotten. This was part of that, I think. So is this button spinner. See, I love leaving some of these in because I could quite happily still have a go at these. I don't think this turned out the least bit how it was meant to, but I quite liked them. Yeah, I still do quite like them. That was a fun one. I used to sit out in the garden when we lived before and paint these. Brings that all back now. I don't know if it kind of feels like it wants something there. I don't know. She looks a bit worried, doesn't she? I love this. Can't remember how I did it now even. Oh, look at that. I love that too. I think that was probably summer school. Look at those colours. Oh, yeah. It's nice when you look back in this and you still love things. These are just like filler pages, I think, some of these. Yeah. I'm not sure what that was. Well, I liked this one. This was meant to look like when you get a whole lot of posters and stuff stuck on a notice board and they've been ripped off and more put on top and ripped off and more put on top, and you get those layers and layers. Yeah, it was kind of meant to look like that. And I still really like that. That would have been just a filler page there. I used to just like roll off my braille and things on the odd pages and then I'd just add something to it just to fill the page in, but yeah, I quite like all the different colours and things in there. Oh, this looks like I've been using alcohol inks on shiny paper, I reckon, and then doodling. Some kind of doodly bird. Can't remember what that was about. I quite like him though. Oh, I quite like a lot of what's in this book. I must have been just using up odd papers and stuff there. Some more odd birds. And fillers. Another solemn, sad looking girl. A lot of them. Oh look, this is nice to have because I quite like the face still. But this is I was sitting out in our garden. This is the view that we used to have. So looking out onto the old hall, we lived in the grounds of an old hall, and it was just, we could see the top of it, and this was our garden fence, and we had all these daisies growing. The Puddletown pig. In Puddletown there lived a pig that lately won renown by scaring half the citizens who dwelt in Puddletown. There is actually a place called Puddletown in Dorset, I believe. The longest name in the world. I'm not going to try and say that. Animal curiosities. Did you know that the housefly has 4,000 eyes? That the bee cannot hear? It looks like I didn't quite finish. I think there's meant to be something in the background here, but maybe I just looked at it and thought, oh, I feel so calm and peaceful just looking at it, just like that. I'm not going to do any more. And left it well alone. I managed to put this one in upside down. Well done. I wish I'd made more notes like I did in the first one, so I can't remember anything about these now. This looks like I've doodled and then cut circles. I don't know. This has got bits coming off it. Quite like all the layered alphas. Yeah, that's quite a nice effect. Sort of that's when I was really getting into the whole multimedia thing. Oh dear, that was a bit like the Queen. Well, she wouldn't be flattered by it though. And another random face. There was something about, there was some quick way of putting a face shape down and then just working with it. That's what that was about. Oh, the baffling book. I might have a go at that one day. So that's that one. I did have a band around this, but I seem to have lost it. If you can hear funny noises going on in the background, we lost our water supply this morning. Probably something to do with all very strong winds, I don't know. There's a lot of strange sounds going on, so I'm hoping that's water coming back into the pipes, because I haven't even been able to have a shower today. Stinky. So this is another one. I can't remember which I did first actually, so Wistful Girl with butterflies. Now I've done kind of another take on this more recently, which you'll see in a minute. This thing of a butterfly, of a head dissolving into butterflies, is a thing I've had in my head for a long time. Maybe that was my first attempt at it. It's one of the things that, you know, working in these little journals does do. It you know, gives you a chance to. I'm going to shut that door. There's definitely something going on with the water pipes. Okay, yeah, it gives you a chance to experiment with some of these ideas and, you know, just work on them. I don't know what the point of that one was, but I'm not over impressed with it. Well, this is another part of the garden that we used to, of the house we used to live in. It had this little door, really picturesque looking old door, but it was actually the door to the old outside privy, which we never used, but would have been the only toilet for the cottages at one point. Yeah, and this was the wall. And if you look very carefully around here, there's another self-portrait. Me as part of a brick wall. Can you see it? I loved that the wall, all the different colours in the wall and the flaking paint on the door. Yeah, I loved those. I do miss living in that place. I've done lots of scribbling and journaling here. Now I think these are pages that I still meant to come back to at some point, and perhaps still will. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. I think this was a little illustration that was in this book anyway, a picture of a little boy sitting on top of a pile of books with little pixies playing around. And I think I thought I'd come back and do more of that, which I still could. And I was playing with some beautiful golden paint obviously there, isn't that lovely? Unfortunately I didn't make a note of what it was. In that moment between waking and dreaming, I remember that anything and everything is possible. Now, I don't know if that was a quote or if it was me that said that, because that's something I really think anyway. You know, when you wake up and you think, oh, it's okay, yeah, of course I can fly. Just need to remember that I can just walk in the air, you know, and just... there's lots of scribbling around there. Playing with the feathers. I like the colours I've used. Oh no, this is another one that I think I painted over and just added colours to it and thought I'd come back to it at some point. I like the suggestion of wings there. Ugh, don't like this one. I don't know why I don't like it. Just go with the flow. I don't know. That'll probably get painted over again. Oh, this is one of my favourites. I did like this one. And this was Tomoe River paper, which is a very kind of resilient but very, very thin paper, and I think I used acrylic inks on it which are transparent, and create some lovely sort of washy effects on it, and then tore it all up and made it into these waves. And then I did the girl in the boat on the on some watercolour paper. That's another image that comes to me a lot that you might see again in a minute. A red boat on water and sometimes a girl in it. It feels like it has a meaning to me, but I haven't quite decided what it is, you know what I mean? Dance like no one's watching. Oh, this is using some maybe Dina Wakley stencils, can't remember. Iron Weavely. Can't remember. Little Tim Holtz paper doll thing there. Oh, this was fun, and I can't remember who the lesson was with or anything, but I remember really enjoying it. You can see I've enjoyed it. I like the chalky paints. Oh, Russian doll again. That's another another kind of semi-self-portrait, I think, seeing as it's got glasses. Bit of a pretty version of me, though. Yeah, the Russian doll thing. The many layers. Keep your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground. Keep on dreaming. Oh yes, look. There's a head there in the clouds. I think this one went through a few different stages and got painted over and over and over, and all got a bit muddy, and yeah, I got fed up with it. Looking at it now, it's not so bad, is it? This one, backgrounds need to come back to. Oh, this one need to come back to, I think. I think that started as a magazine collage, and then I did transparent gesso over it, and I went into it again with pencil. It's a bit strange. God, looks a bit like Macy, my granddaughter Macy. Rainbow Garden. This is actually quite, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it's actually quite lumpy. Oh yeah, there we go, it's catching it now. This was some kind of random thing where you ended up with paint running down, and then I sort of doodled into it. This one I liked at the time, but it's okay now. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Langston Hughes. It's all about sleep and dreams. I've obviously torn bits out of books that are relevant. All that we see is but a dream within a dream. Edgar Allan Poe. And that sense of unreality again, I think. I can remember enjoying this lesson. I can't for the life of me to tell you how I did any of that now. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Now this is colour swatching some of my felt pens or something, I think, to see. I think that's what it was. Because some felt pens, if you add water to them, you can get, they'll act like paint. And this was layering distress oxides over one another with stencils. I was amazed at the effects you could get. This looks like a Kate Crane inspired to me. It's got a real Kate Crane feel about it. This was just blowing inks around on the page by the look of it. This is my younger son's eye. now. I've been getting into negative painting recently with leaves, and I think this was an attempt at that. It clearly didn't go very well, but it'd make a good background for something. This was my attempt to capture that feeling of when you look up at a blue sky with sunshine coming down through green leaves. I've tried that a lot of times and I still can't get it. I think I had the shape of the leaves quite well there. Maybe the blue just needed to be lighter. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Soren Kierkegaard. But I'm saying that wrong. Oh, that's a bit leery, isn't it? That's Max of Diane Reevely, I feel. Stencils and all the vivid colour in the background. Success is not final, failure is not final, it is the courage to continue that counts. Wise words by Winston Churchill. This is a recurring theme as well for me. Rising from the Ashes, the Children of Hiroshima. If you look on my YouTube channel, my kind of, I don't know, kind of the front page of my YouTube channel, and click on the photo at the top, you should get the collage come up, which was similar. It's the same theme. It was inspired by the same thing as this was. So I've put here, the children of Hiroshima made paper cranes from candy wrappers given to them by GIs. Symbols of hope for the future in a dark time. Yeah. So here I've made up paper cranes just out of white paper, and I've concentrated on trying to get some of the colour and texture of ash and concrete and broken. Yeah. I saw a small journal once, just a little small journal, and someone had stuck some of the actual paper cranes made by these children from the candy wrappers. And I saw it in the Toy Museum in London. I'd love to go back and take a photo this time, because I haven't managed to find an image of it. But it was just very powerful. Anyway, I found it very moving. I think I was trying to capture that feeling here, but I didn't really get it. But yeah, it's something I've worked on a few times since. Just do it. Oh, this is again all playing with the whole mixed media thing. Learn to go with the flow. Be creative, be unique, be strong, be yourself. Dream. Take a chance. You don't have to be perfect. Give myself a talking to, obviously. I like the colour combination. Oh, I like these. I particularly like that one. She's quite cute. I might do some more in that style. It's quite cute. I like her too. Oh, this is a fun one. Yeah. I liked making these are all collaged. The stones are all kind of collaged with different hand painted papers and book papers and things like that. And I've tried to sort of indicate some little fish and things going through. There's lots of journaling. Yeah. Really enjoyed that one. Crikey, how long have I been going? This is half an hour already. My son 3D printed you see the drain pipes there? He 3D printed them so they're flat backed drain pipes. I must get him to do me some more. And then these cogs have all been cut out of paper and layered together, or card and layered together. Some of these. And then I've used quinacridone gold to get that rusty effect, and lots of metallic paints and things. Yeah, I actually really doesn't show up so well on camera actually, but I really like that. Quite pleased with that. It's a bit random, not sure what's going on there. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous colours. I wish I could credit the person whose lesson I was following, because I know this was following a lesson. And yes, it always comes out different. You do your own thing with it, but you're very much inspired by the techniques and the ideas of the teacher. But I can't remember. I can't even remember what course it was. Ooh, there's a more realistic self-portrait. That actually looks more like me. If I was partially Rod Stewart. And I like the mandala too. You are beautiful on the inside. The obvious implication is there, I don't feel very beautiful on the outside. Doesn't matter. You're beautiful on the inside. Oh, shiny. This must have been, I must have used some kind of gloss finish on that. Or it might have been, if it was fluid acrylics, some of those fluid acrylics, those golden fluid acrylics, dry with that kind of sheen. I think that's what it is. Lovely. And this was using a photo, collaging a photo, and then these were napkins, pieces of napkins which I peeled off, collaged them all down, and then did a bit of painting, and then did a layer of transparent gesso, and then used coloured pencil over the top to bring it all, so you can see all the details of the fur on the dog and things I've done with coloured pencils. Really enjoyed that technique, and I should try it again. It adds so much more to it than just, if you just stuck a photo of a dog on there. She's a bit strange. Strange as the last page. I think that started with, I think it's a photo under there, which I've worked into over the top or something. I don't know, I can't remember. So that's the end of that book. Now, do I do these other two, or shall I make this 2 videos? Hang on. I think I'm going to call that part 1, and then I'll come back and do part 2. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little pic. It's a little bit cringy in places for me, but it does make me feel inspired to have a go at some more of those classes that I haven't done yet, because you just learn so much. You really do, and you try things you'd never get around to trying by yourself. So yeah, it's having the effect of making me feel like getting back into it again. So they were the earlier ones. I've got a couple more books to look at which are a bit later classes, so I'm going to do them in a second video. So this is part 1. If you enjoyed that, look out for part 2. It'll be long in a minute. Thanks for watching. Bye.